storm, so, yeah, surprised it hasn't cut out here.
which is good. We needed some rain, so
I'm glad that happened after 'cause the trails from today get so mucky.
say I'm always like, "I know we need rain, but please not on the trail race because it's trail
Yeah,
racing in the rain
it's
is
rough.
no
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's really difficult. Like,
yeah.
people who get through a rainy trail race, I'm like, "Respect." I haven't really had to do that yet, and I'm not so sure about it.
Yeah. I
So,
I'm
okay.
trying to remember what we were talking about. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was fangirling on Candace Burton, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
asking you to tell me about her.
Well, she's amazing, and, yeah, I was just thinking because when I went to the packet pickup, I told my friend Ellie, I'm like, "Man, I feel like I'm in the big leagues right now now, like, what am I like, this is crazy." And she was super sweet. She's like, "Girl, you're in the big leagues." I'm like, "I'm not that big league." Like, this is like and it was cool to see everyone out there on the trail just putting in work and being out there. But, yeah, I talked to her a little bit after, and I was just like, "I'm gonna be at all of your races this summer," with the Triple Crown, so,
Exactly, that's what I was
yeah.
like, "You're doing the Candace Burton circuit,"
Yeah.
so
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
very cool. Cool, okay, well, so let's just dive into a little bit more of the race. Anything that, like I don't know, like, what typically, we talk about, like, the high and the low, like, what was kind of the best part and what was the worst part?
I so so I will say that I think when you have races that go really well, it's hard to think of the lows because it was just uh, like, Kurt was so freaking special for me because, like, going into it, just the mindset of just going in, having fun, embrace every moment, like, race for joy, and it really was that, like, it kind of opened something up for me too, it's been a really hard last 2 years for me, and it kinda just opened up something for me to just finally feel this is gonna sound kind of cheesy, but finally feel like I am at a point to be ready to accept all the good things in life and to move forward with that instead of like, there's a lot of bad things that have happened the last 2 years, and so it was just a really nice turning point of just like, "You know what? I'm here for the joy. I am here for this
Mm.
ride. I'm here to have fun, and I am why not be able to accept that and take that and embrace all the good things?" And that was kind of the race for me of just really soaking it all up, like, enjoying I had a bomb playlist going on, I will say that. I'm a person who loves to
Ooh.
listen to music, and I made a Queen Energy playlist on Spotify, and it was great. It just, like, kept me vibing the first couple loops and just enjoying the area, really was happy every time I saw my crew, knew a lot of people around, on the course, and then I was able to have 3 different pacers who live on island, 2 of them Army, friends well, one of them, uh is, like, army acquaintance, and it was great, like, we had so much fun. We shared, like, half of a lap, the 3rd lap, because I didn't realize until the day of that you could get a pacer earlier, and I was just like, "Oh, this is cool," and, or the week of, and he had volunteered to jump in, and he raced it last year, and then I had my friend Andrew, who we've done Army 10 miler and Baton Death March before. He's stationed in Hawaii, and he kinda got me into, like, army competition events, and I got him into trail running,
Mm.
and he has started to run the trails on in Hawaii, and when I had asked him if he'd pace me, it was so cool because he was so excited to be out there and just experience the race, experience the trails, I did drop him once when we were going down the downhills. He's so fast, like, on the roads, but and then the plan was just like, "Hey, we'll catch back up when if that happens." And then my friend Irina, who's a total sweetheart, she's a local on island. When I went back actually in July, ran with her then too, but she paced me the last lap, and it was sh man, she got me crying the last, like, mile straight probably because at the end she was just like, "Girl, I am so proud of you. You've been through so much, and now you're out here doing this thing." And then I was, like, crying tears of happiness, but it was really just like a long run with friends, the last half of it, really. And so that was definitely a high. See, like, my crew was like, Ellie and Jess were awesome. So I think the people, the community in her 100 is so much about the community. It's really, really special for that. Um, Really the only thing I would say that was a low, but it was more just troubleshooting, and that's why I ended up eating potatoes, was that I I found out after the fact that it was because I was taking in too many carbs, but the I I had, like, some, like, bloaty, gassy type stuff that started at the end of the 3rd lap. And going into that, I was just like, "This is odd," but then I was also just like, I'm out here for a long time, it's humid, maybe I should have something besides just gels and, like, electrolytes because that's all I'm having." And I ended up having potatoes with salt on them, and they tasted so good. And I also took some papaya enzymes, which is a digestive enzyme that works really well, and so that also helped. But I found out after the fact that I was probably the bloaty, gassy normally happens if you ingest too many carbs, and so by eating
Mm,
potatoes, it was actually less carbs than I would have been taking in with the gels because I was looking at the bag of potatoes and I was trying to do carb math in my head because I knew going into it that if I just wanted to run as everything that I could run on the trail, and I definitely lost a lot of time on the downhills. But I was looking at the potatoes and I'm like, "How many carbs do I
mm,
think this is?" And I'm like, we'll count this as one big gel." And and it was definitely less than that, but that calmed my stomach down, so that was good. So it was just some troubleshooting
okay.
with that. I didn't get I did I'm really excited to go back next year because I think I can probably do it a couple hours faster because I definitely lost a lot of time on the downhills just because they're so technical and I was not prepared to run them. And so, which was kind of funny with my friend Andrew because I ended up dropping him on the downhill. And when he caught up, he was just like, "I don't know how you're running that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm definitely not able to run this well
Mm,
either." And so I think if I can, I'm going to train it just with some of the technical stuff that we have around here in Texas. And so that, but I didn't get frustrated about it. I just knew that was I realized that was a weakness. And so it's kind of cool to, like, when you get
mhm.
into ultra running, there's so many things you need to improve upon. And so now it's kind of at the point where I'm figuring out what are my weaknesses and how can I get better at those things to be better. And it was nice to identify those things.
Yeah, for sure, and I mean, that's why I love listening to podcasts too because I remem before one of my races, I was listening to some interview with David Roach, and he had said how he was feeling kinda like that bloaty, yucky, and he just pushed pause on his nutrition, which is, like, such a big no-no, and,
Yeah.
you're kinda scared to do it, and right after that, I had a race, and I was like, I think I just need to push pause and give myself a few miles with just
Yeah.
nothing, and it turned me like, those little
Yeah.
tips sometimes pop into your mind, and you're like, "Oh, okay," like, sometimes you have to pivot when everything isn't working like clockwork, but, the downhills I have found I mean, it's so interesting to me, I compare it a lot to, like I love to downhill ski, and, I mean, I grew up and we would just, like, point our skis down and go, like, we just bombed it, and I remember when I was little thinking, like, if I worry, like, if I have the thought, like, "Oh," "Oh, I'm gonna" like, anything, you will eat it, like, you have to be in, like, such a flow state of just,
Yeah.
like, flowing and you've got to, like, I don't know, like, practice or be aware, like, other thoughts don't have any space because it's just, like, this flow, and if you trust it, you're okay, and the minute you doubt, you're kind of
Something
signing
happened.
yourself up for some trouble. So,
That
it's a really interesting thing to practice.
that was actually so I feel like I've gotten good at that on all the trails, like, around here and on what I consider, like, more flowy trails. Like, the course for today for Prickly
Mhm.
Pear, I love going to that like, that trail and just I kinda call it, like, running with, like, reckless abandon, like, just, like, run hard and fast and try to go as fast as I can, and I tried to kinda do that the first loop, and I'm just like, "Okay, my ankle is not having this, so I'm gonna have to dial it back and go slower." But, like, when you have to dial it back and, like, concentrate, like, that's the difference, though, like, it's like a like the like a minute a mile difference of being able to just, like, run and flow versus
Yeah, you kinda lose that flow.
yeah, versus, like, having to concentrate, and so, like, to me, that was, like, the kinda the clicking point today. I'm just like, "Yeah, I need to find that," but for, like, long technical and I was working so much on the ups for her, just with the turnaround after javelina that I didn't work
Mm.
I could easily go maintain the ups, but just, like, bomb some downhills at, like, Guadalupe Peak or something like that, so, yeah.
Yeah, which would be so fun, but it is something, yeah, you do have to kinda be prepared for, and, I mean, have your ankles ready
Yep.
because it's difficult
Yeah.
to be ready for that, so, okay, I was writing a lot of notes. Okay, first, let's go back to your playlist. What did you call your playlist?
I have it as Queen Energy on Spotify.
Okay, so okay, I was thinking when you said Queen, I thought Queen. I was like, "Do you just have
Oh,
a whole
no,
playlist of
no.
Queen?" Or
It was just a bunch of
but you mean like
yeah,
Queen,
yeah.
like you're the
I was just
queen,
like, "I'm gonna have some,
which
like,
is
women power energy songs on here," and it was great. I loved it.
well, I'm gonna ask you to share, like, email
Yeah.
me a few top songs, and I'll put them in the show notes because I actually when I can't re I think it's Women of Distance
Yeah,
podcast.
they when they do the
She always
playthrough
asks
yeah.
them, and I will look them up and, like, get that song because sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting sick of whatever I'm listening to," so tips are always good. So I'll have you
That
send me a few of the ones that you used.
that was actually a super fun side note is at the Nuuanu aid station, at her they have a DJ that is out there, and they connect up the speakers from the aid station to the big river crossing that's just down below, like, it's the, like, iconic one that you'll see the videos and pictures from, and the day before the race, he was like the DJ was just like, "If you have any, like, playlist recommend or, like, if you have a song recommendation that's your song, let me know, and and I'll try to play it for you when you go through it." So I went up, and it was so cool because but every time I'd go through that aid station, it was "Animal" by Lucy Sproggan, that it would be playing on the speakers over the river when I was coming back through, and I'm like, "Okay, this is neat." Definitely a little pick me up.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that. How fun. Well, I double questioned you because I actually love Queen. Not the playlist, the group, and I had, like, most of my best races and I don't listen to music a ton, but I will have a Queen song stuck in my head, and I did on Lone Star, I had "Don't Stop Me Now." "Don't stop
Yeah,
me now, 'cause I'm having a good time," and I was like that was just on repeat,
I love it.
so add Queen to your Queen playlist
I guess
because
I need to.
they deserve to be there. They're a good one. Alright, well, that sounds awesome. I think gosh, nutrition is so tricky, and you saved my butt a little bit on the Lone Star Trail. I was a nutrition disaster,
Oh.
which I would love to nail at some point, but I'm glad that you were able to, like, find the potatoes and kind of keep
Potatoes have
yourself on
saved
track.
me at so many races. Mashed potatoes, you said that, like, mashed potatoes saved me at Leadville. I had mashed potatoes and potato chips at Leadville, and it was clutch. So I think that's gonna be my 200 secret weapon is potatoes. Yeah.
It's only kinda tricky if, like, say last stand, I mean, I just had to pack my own stuff, and you wanna, like, be creative. Like, I've put different thing in there, but I would pull out my bag of stuff and be like, "Nope to all of this." So it did make me miss, like, volunteer aid stations that have, fresh food and real
Yeah.
food, and that's a good part of the race. So, okay, bring us home. Like, were you leading this race the whole time?
I was.
How did kind of and then I mean, spoiler alert, you won. You first place on the podium. So, like, how did kind of just, like, the placing of the race go? And obviously you finished in 1st.
Yeah, it's kind of funny is going into it when I was talking to I was able to lay down several, like, 100-mile weeks, 3 or 400-mile weeks, and felt really freaking good after Javelina, like, that whole thing, but around the New Year, and going into her I was talking to my coach, Brian, and I was just like, "I think something special might be able to happen, like, if it's a good day." And and we were just like, if" and he was just like, "It is a race of attrition, if you can just run, like, as like, it sounds simple, like, just run as much as you can whenever you can, and I mean, that's what I always plan to do anyways, but don't take any time at the aid like, I'm always also a minimal, like, aid station stopper, and so just try to go through and just keep moving, and the first 3 laps matter, but the 4th and 5th laps matter more, so as long as you can, like, keep moving and cruising through those, and so I had that going into it, and then so at the pre-race brief, they had mentioned that the 1st place male and female, because it was a ultra course, would get because they normally get 500 if you break the course record, would get $500, and in my mind, I was just like, "That's $500 I could go to my fundraiser." Like, there's some extra motivation right there, but the only person I told that to was Ellie, who was, there crewing me and sitting next to me, and I was just like, maybe I can go for that." And I started the race, but I knew I needed to do my own race. Like, if somebody is having their best day, you're not gonna beat them, like, and so I was just like, "I'm gonna go my own pace." I've just found for a 100 miler, like, that's what I have to do. I can't try to go somebody else's pace or, like, race somebody in that, like, I have to do my own thing, and that's just kind of what I did. I was running what felt comfortable to me and sustainable, and, yeah, that first aid station coming out of that, like, there are some rock stars out there and, that was probably a quarter mile maybe up that and I started to see people, I'm like, "Yeah, okay," like, that's what I expected, I'm just like, "Am I going too fast?" And I looked at my heart rate, I'm like, "No, I'm doing good," and then get to the next one, and it was a little bit more of a gap before I saw people, and then it that kind of just kinda grew throughout the race. It wasn't ever a lot until it Irina was great my last lap because I knew that gap had been getting bigger each lap, but on the 5th lap, we were coming back from Manoa aid station, and it was about a mile and a half back that I saw the gal who was in 2nd, she's awesome. Um, and that was the longest it had been, like, since I had saw her, and she was just like, "Alright, you're gonna go with my pace, like, we gotta keep you here. Like, we're gonna keep you in this in this position, like, she's too close." And in my head, I'm just like, "Okay, like, I'm locked in, like, I'm just gonna follow right now and go at her pace," and we gained even more time by the time we saw her again coming up from Nuuanu, um, but it I kind of had it in my head, like, after the 3rd lap that this was my race to lose, and I had no idea that it would have been even possible to be in 1st place, but, there's a lot of really strong guys out there running, and that was just incredible to see, but for the women, a lot of strong ladies, but it's just like, I'm just gonna see what I can do and keep on holding on, and I was able to run, thankfully, through like, the end, so that was helpful, but yeah.
Awesome. I know it's funny to think about, like, having a mile and a half gap on somebody is like, "Oh, like, I gotta stay locked in because
Yeah, because it's really
they're
3
right
because, like,
there."
it's a mile and a half down and then a mile and a half up for that, so it was really 3
Oh,
miles,
okay, okay.
but anything can happen in 100, like, that's like, anything can happen. You could fall
Mhm.
and twist your ankle, and you can and I saw somebody do that on the race, and a guy who's doing really great, which sucks, but, yeah, so anything can happen, but it was really nice though to have Irene and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna lock in with you. We're gonna do this." So, yeah. And then what was
Yeah, I like to have kind of a good feeling where you're
Yeah, and what was so
yeah, go ahead.
freaking special, so this was really, really cool, is so after I finished, I had gone up and asked them if they would mind making out the check to Christus Children's Cancer Center, and they were really awesome about that, and they said something about it during their award ceremony, which always makes me, like, slightly like, I feel better about, like, posting that on through, social media. I've gotten better, but then they said something at the race during their award ceremony and asked me to say a couple of words after, and then what, honestly, completely cheered me up afterwards, so Tyler, who won, he did amazing, local guy, to Hawaii. He broke the course record, freaking crushed it out there, and we
Uh-huh.
get, so we come off the stage, and he came up to me, and he was just like, "Just so you know," he's like, "I don't want to make this, big deal or anything, but I'm gonna donate my award money to your fundraiser as well." I asked them if they'd make the check out to them, and I, freaking teared up. I was just like, "Holy cow." The ultra running community is just amazing, and it was we both did, OCR stuff around the same time when I lived in Hawaii, and I knew his friends who were out there crewing him, but I didn't really know Tyler, directly then, but yeah, super, super freaking touched by that, that was so cool, but yeah. So that was my extra motivation.
Oh, that is amazing, and I just love I think so, like, um, just any time that you could have maybe turned off a little bit, that would just keep you going, just
Yeah.
the opportunity to kind of raise some more money and use that, um, prize money for something so amazing, and I love like, what is that's just
So freaking
so golden
selfish,
that
the selfless, of him afterwards too, because, that's yeah, it was really cool.
oh my goodness, such a special race, like,
Yeah,
just, like, why you went and how it went and how it ended, just everything. That's, like, the magic that
it
Ashley
really
Wilson was
is.
talking about, like, that everything just aligned and so much good came from it. Um, yeah, I don't even know what to say, that's just perfect,
It really
you know, how do you top that?
is.
Just the perfect ending to a great race, and,
You keep it going,
I
that's
guess
how you
just to
top that.
ah, of course. Keep it going. That's what you say afterward, right?
Yep.
Like, "Let's keep this going, keep that momentum going, and keep, keep that just amazing spirit in the trail community." I think of giving and supporting and encouraging and paying it forward. So many good things. And just to think back, like, this all started with you volunteering on the course, you know? Like,
Yeah,
it's just more than a full circle,
yeah.
so I think that's amazing. Is there anything else, maybe just about the race or about the people that you wanna share before we wrap it up?
But yeah, just the I feel like there's so many things to say, but yeah, the community there is amazing. If anyone gets the opportunity to go out there, it's a hard race. They have on the wood panel, when you come in and that you kiss the board, when you come in, when you finish the race and ring the bell, and it says, "We wouldn't want it to be easy." And it was l yeah, it's a hard race, and you wouldn't want it to be easy, but the community makes it so special and so amazing, so, yeah, if anyone gets the opportunity, they should try to go out there.
Just to kind of bring it back around as well, in the video, um, one of the gym runners, he said that when he first started encouraging people just in the community to get out and run further, there was a race that they raced to the top of, one of the mountains, and he told people, "Okay, if you get up to the top, I'll be up there, and if you aren't having fun or if you don't like it, I'll buy you dinner." And he said out of the hundreds of people that he got to come run this race, nobody ever took him up on the offer. Like,
Yeah,
that you get up there, you do something hard, and you realize it's worth it.
it is worth it.
It's worth it for the things that you learned, it's worth it for the people that you bring together, it's worth it for the good that you keep doing afterward.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this race this race and you are just such a great example of all of that, and I hope that, people listening can just kinda catch that spirit as well and find a way to keep it going, right? To
Yeah.
keep going what you're teaching all of us, Amy, so thanks so much for hopping on and sharing your experience. Congratulations
Thank you.
on your win. That was a big win, and I'm just super happy for you and, congratulate you for your effort and all the good that you're doing. So,
Well,
thanks for hopping on and sharing that with us and chatting for a bit.
thanks so much for having me, and I hope you have a great rest of your night and recover smoothly from Sam's last stand. Congrats to you.
Thanks. Yeah, I know, next time we need to talk recovery, right? I love recovery chats.
Yeah, no kidding.
Especially after I'm done, I'm like, "Let's just talk about how to get this back together."